Welcome, guys. So today we are going to discuss about MsSQL backup models. What are the backup models? What are the backup and recovery procedure? How we follow them, and how to take backups and how we apply them to restore our databases. So backup models are of three types in MsSQL database. One is simple recovery model, another one is full recovery model, and we have bulk log model as well. So simple recovery model, the all transaction logs are written to the log files, but if the checkpoint occurs and those are committed, then those transactions gets deleted from the transaction logs, and they stay in the database. They stay in the logs only till the point when they are not completed, and so after that, after they are committed and point those after they are committed and um, they they gets removed from the transaction logs. And full recovery model, uh, the transactions which are in the every transactions goes to the transaction logs and they stays in it transaction logs even after those are completed and checkpoint occurs. Okay, so until a full backup is performed, like we perform the backup, so those gets removed and we got a new transaction logs and new lsn, first lsn, last lsn, those things. So those transactions remains until we take a full backup of the database. So, and another model is bulk log model. This model minimizes the transaction log space when doing bulk inserts, updates, deletes. This model is same except for minimizing logs for bulk. Like it, when we are having a large amount of data to insert, so it reduces those transaction logs for those bulk statements, but rest of all statements gets logged into the logs. So that's how it reduces the amount of space. So these are the recovery models: simple recovery model, full recovery model, and bulk logged recovery models of the database. We have the data, how many types of backup we have in the database. Those are full database backup, differential database backup, and transaction log backup. So full database is when you take the backup of the whole database, which is the base of every other database. Like if you want to restore a database, so first you need to take the full apply the full backup, and then you apply the differential backup or transaction log backup, whatever. So first, the full backup is the base for every other backup. So then we have differential backups. This is based on the most recent previous full data backup. It captures only data that has changed since the last full backup. Okay, so full backup upon which a differential backup is based is known as the base of differential backup. Like full backup is always the base backup, and then we have differential backup. So in any case, you need to apply the full backup, then you can go for differential backup for a restore. These are the things you can note, or I can uh, paste them in the paste them with the video if possible. So I have already told you in my previous videos how we change the recovery models from simple to full. I'll show you that in this video as well. Then we have transaction log backups. These are the incremental backups, which means the differential backups are not incremental. If you have uh, full backup and then you have three differential backups every well which you have configured for every day. The differential backups you can configure them every day, like you have full backup weekly, differential backup daily, and transaction log backup hourly. So you took the full backup on Sunday, and then on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday you have the differential backup. So you if today is Wednesday, so you have the differential backup of Monday and Tuesday as well with the full backup. So the backup of Tuesday has all the data of Monday as well. Okay, so there is no need to apply for firstly the full backup, then differential backup for Monday, then differential backup for Tuesday. So there's no need to apply that. We are only Tuesday backup is fine. And transaction log backup is that is incremental. Like uh, previous transaction log backup do not have the transactions of what we have in the next backup. It only took the backup of the current transaction, the transactions which are going right now. So it has the logs for those backups only. After a transaction log backup is full, or after we have today's transaction log backups, or which is hourly basis, the next transaction log backup will have the transactions which are drawing right now, like the right now what we have in the SQL database that gets logged into transaction log backup. So this is our three backup techniques of backup models for full full backup in a full recovery model, you can say. In simple recovery model we do not have transaction log backup. We can only have the full backup which we can take at time, and the differential backup, but we do not have transaction log backup because in simple recovery model the transaction logs are not do not stay in the transaction logs once they are completed, once the transaction is completed. So let's go and go to the lab, and we create a database, and then we can try to uh, up, uh, up take the backups first, and then we can restore them. Okay, so let's go to the lab. uh, okay, so we are going to create a database first. Okay, so let me copy this whole thing, and we are going to here in our I'll show you. We do not have a testing database here. I'm going to create it. The database is testing GK. Okay, so I'm creating it. This is created. So let's see if we have it or not. We need to refresh the object browser. Let's not from here. We need to go to the app, and then we refresh the database. Okay, so it is refreshed now. See, you will have that. This is your newly created database. It does not have any table in it. So let's create a table in it. Using the testing GK, we are changing the database here, and now creating a table in it. This is ID, login name, login date. I'm getting the default get date here, using the variable get date so that we the current timestamp when these records are created gets into the field. Okay, so this is created. Let's see if that is created or not. We need to refresh it. Okay, so let's see. Here it is. This is our newly created table. Okay, so now let's add some records in it. Okay, so I'm inserting 6 records: id, login name, login date will be the current date. Okay, so this is inserted. Let's go to see what we have in our database. Okay, so let's check. We have 6 records in it. Okay, so now from here we can take the full backup. Okay, so we are going to take the full backup of the database. Go to backup. I already told you in my previous video how to change the recovery model from simple to full. Okay, so we are taking the full backup here. We can take differential and transaction log backups afterwards, but this is the first backup, so we have to take full backup here. So I'm now we need to provide the location where we want to take the backup. Testing backups. Oh no, this is not the name. I'm full backup. Okay, that's fine. And the backup extension would be .bak or trn. Trn should be for transaction log backups, but bak is fine. Okay, so we specified the location, the file name. We can also script this. What we have configured here, we can script it here. Okay, so this is what we have for backup, taking the backup. So let's try to take the backup. This is completed, I guess. 100% completed. 5 pages for database. This is completed. Okay, so let's see if we have the backup here or not. This is a this is our full backup, but we have to right just right now. This was the previous backup. I will remove it. This is our full backup which we just took. Okay, so now we are going to insert some more records in it. Okay, we are inserting 6 more records. Let's see what we have. If we have them, 12. Okay, yes, 12 rows, 12. Okay, so this is we have inserted 6 more records into the database. So now let's try to take the differential backup. Refresh it. It's fine if you refresh it or not, but it's better if you refresh it. Okay, so now going to take the differential backup. Backup again. Leave recovery model. We cannot change it. Here we can take differential. The backup type should be differential. Okay. Now removing the older locations. 2033 test backups. Okay, so we are taking differential. Okay, okay, so file name is file provided. Okay, this should be the same. uh, Database, we are taking the backup database. Do not take the backup file and file groups. We'll discuss this in our next videos. What is this? Okay, so take the backup of database. We have backup over to disk. This is provided, and okay, we can script it as well, but we just took the backup from here. Okay, so let's see if the backup is created. You see, differential backup is also created, and it should have the records of 12 12 records in it. So now let's add some more records. It's starting from 13, 14, 15, 16, 18. Okay, these are done. Let's execute. Okay, so now we have 18 records in it, 18 rows. Okay, so now we have full backup and differential backup. Now let's see how we take the transaction log backup, because we have differential backup for today, but we cannot we can, if we are going to restore it, we cannot have the differential backup does not have this 18 records. It has differential backup has only 12 records. So what we need to do, we need to take the transaction log backup so that we can apply after differential backup, so that we'll have these new 6 records up to 18 backup. Now we here taking transaction log backup. You see, I'll show you what we have in script, what we have different for this transaction log backup. So remove the older location, adding the new location and the file name 23, test backups. Okay, test backups here, transaction log backups. Okay, transaction log backup. Okay, it will get. Let's script them. Okay, so have scripted them. Just put it in the same file so that I'll show you in detail. Let's remove this. Okay, so this is our script for transaction log backup. You see, backup in earlier backup we have backup database. Here we have backup log. Instead of database, we are taking the backup of log. So here, this is how we take the transaction log backup. Okay, so I'm going to take it from execute it from here. Backup log processed. Let's see if we have it here or not. You see, transaction log backup is created. Okay, now let's add some more rows in it. Okay, now going to add 24 more records in it. Oh, 6 more records in it, up to 24 ID. Executed. Now let's see our table. It should have 24. You see 24 rows are here. Okay, let's confirm it from here as well. 24 till 24. Okay, so let's take the backup again. Transaction log backup. Okay, refresh it. Tables. Okay, that's fine. Tasks backup not full. We are taking transaction log and then remove it. Add, giving the location. Test backups. Trans log back 2. Okay, this is second backup. Let's skip this out as well. Clearing it so that there will not be confusion. Okay, so this is again backing up log, not the database, the location transaction log backup to the file name. Let's take the backup. Okay, done. So we have now all the backup, differential backup, full backup, transaction log backup, everything. So now we have took all the backups. Now let's see if we can recover the database from it or not. Okay, so what for that? For recovering a backup, you see there are the commands I've already taken, but we'll do it from the in GUI and take the script from there. Okay, so how to apply that? The backups. First, we need to drop this database so that we'll let's see if we can drop it from here. I guess it won't because there are so many scripts are opened right now, so it will give you an error. There are so many connections for the database right now. So to avoid this, to drop a database, you see it's currently in use, it says. So let's see what are the current connections for this database. This is the command you can use master go select from sys.sys processes db name db id is testing gk. Okay, so let's see what are the correct. Okay, 52. 52 is the thread name which is currently current connection for this database. If we kill this thread, we'll be able to drop this database. Okay, now let's see if we can drop it. It's fine. See, if we refresh it, it's after temp for import. Okay, let's see. Refresh it. Databases. That was after temp for import. You see, there is no database here. Okay, so it is dropped. So how we restore it? Okay, so for restore it, we first need to apply that full backup, then differential backup, then transaction log backup, as I already told you. So let's go to the database. First we need to create that database. Okay, or we can just use this. Let's see. This is where we inserted those. This is backups. Okay, so do we have the this name? Let's see. What's the full backup? Okay, so first we need to apply full backup. Okay, the extension of this file is let's create the database first. Or we can just okay. We're getting some error. Okay, so what we need to do, we need to go here and see select to restore the database, the what we have dropped right now. Restore that database. We need to go here, go to restore database, to database which is our testing gk. That was the database name, I guess. Let's confirm. That was, yeah, that was testing gk. So let's take this name here, from here, go here, databases, restore database. The database name is this. From database, not, we do not want to copy the database to another database. We want to, from the device location, we have the file, so we need to, we are providing the file location 2023. We see the backup, we haven't provided the backup file name, so this is our file. You can add .pak.tr in there, so that will show up. Okay, so this is full backup, what we need to apply first. Okay, we can script this out so that will be clear to you. Okay, let's see what it is showing. Oh, what one thing we need to add here. I'll show you what where our object browser. Where's our object browser? Okay, let's see. Open Object Explorer. Okay, so that thing was we do not want to make that database online right now because we need to apply the other databases as well. Other database, other backups, the differential backup and the transaction log backup. So we do not want to apply that right now. So full backup first. Okay, okay. Then you go to the options. Oh, select the source. Go to the options, and you need to select leave the database non-operational. Restore with no recovery. Okay, so that's fine. Go here. We can script it out. Cancel. We'll remove this one because that was not required now. You see, this is the thing you need to add here. No recovery. So that your database is in no recovery mode. It is available online, but it is not available for connections. Okay, so this is with full backup. First, let's apply. This is applied. Database applied. Okay, so let's see what we have here. Refresh it. Let's see what database is copied or not. You see, this is in restoring mode. It is not restored completely. So now let's apply other backups. Go here, selected the database tasks, restore. We need to apply the differential backup. So apply check database to database from device. And we need to apply the differential backup file. Differential. That's okay. Okay. Now again, we need to select the no recovery mode because we need to apply the transaction log backup as well. So select here, script, it's done. Okay, I'm going to add it to here in our previous script page. Okay, and we do not need it. This is creating confusion maybe or taking the space. Okay, so you see here we are also see no recovery. This is differential backup. That was full backup. This is differential backup. You see differential backup file. Applying this. This is completed. Restoring testing GK. That is fine. Let's see our database condition. It's still showing restoring. Okay, let's refresh it. Yeah, it's still restoring. So now let's apply the transaction log backups. So because we till this differential backup we have only 12 records in the database, but we see. Okay, go to here, tasks, restore. Now we select transaction log backup. These are the two backups. You can select both at once. That's possible. And after this, you restore with recovery because you are applying both the transaction log backups, but you can select one by one. And when you are applying first backup, then you need to select that uh, with no recovery. And when you are applying the last backup, then this checkbox is should be selected. So I'm applying both the backups here. Scripting timeout. Okay, let's add them to the this. You see, the first backup is not up, should be applied with no recovery, and the last transaction log backup, which is our last, that is without this clause. So that will leave the database in recovery mode. So let's apply them one by one. This is done. Let's see our database. It is still restoring. You see? Okay. Now go to the last. We are applying the last backup now, last transaction log backup now. Okay. This is transaction log backup 2. We have applied it. It is applied successfully. Thanks. I haven't expected it will apply that straight away. Okay. So now after refreshing, the database is in online status and it is accepting connections. Let's see if it is accepting connections and we are able to query the database. Let's see. Oh, I need to close this one first. Okay, so where was our query first? Okay, now let's see. We have our what we have in our table. Oh, I haven't selected the our database. Okay, use this one, our database. Now you see, now we need to check if we have all the 24 records in it or not. You see, we have all the 24 records which we have from the full backup, six records in differential backup, six records in transaction log backup first and then second. So all these four backups are applied successfully, but you need to make sure that once you up first you need to apply the full backup, then differential, then the first transaction log backup and the second transaction log backup to get the database in current position. And also you need to make sure that when you are applying the restore, you should follow this no recovery. You should mention this clause every time, unless until you are until you are applying the last restore. This is the last restore transaction log file, and we are not applying that no recovery clause here. That's so this is fine. First full backup, then full backup has restore database, restore that this is differential backup that also has restore database. This is transaction log backups 1, transaction log backup 1, and this is 2. The last one has do not have this clause. Okay. So this is how we apply the backups and how we restore our database to point in time recovery, and this is very much useful in our production environments, and this is how you take the backup of your database, how you apply those backups. So in this lecture we have talked about what are the backup types of the database we can take and how to apply those backups into the database so that database is online and accepting connections and it is in the current state with till the last point we have took the backup. So thanks for watching this video, and I'll be talking to you soon in my next video. Thanks.